What in the world? I can't believe that we have the lid to this. Who in the world would think to keep that in? Welcome home, Red Pack. It's your boy Marcus here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons, this show where I collect absolutely everything from the late 90s, 2000s, all the way to the modern day, and I'm also trying to create the world's biggest SpongeBob and Nickelodeon collection. You probably thought it was Ryan editing in all that twisted stuff. Give me some cred, man. And I'm pretty sure I found the culprit of who let the dogs out. So cute, but so evil. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and if you guys aren't, you know the drill. Burger King promotional camera flip.
What's all the rage in Paris? The latest trend to take the fashion world by storm? New Rugrats talking watches, now $1.99 at Burger King.
These solo camera flips are not as easy as it looks from this angle. Anyway, I'll see you guys back over here. It's about to get a whole lot brighter, Red Pack, because your boy is here. And today is going to be a very amazing video. It is like 8 o'clock at night. I just got in an amazing package that I can't wait to add into the collection back here. It's seriously stuff I thought we would never be able to find for the collection. You might be wondering, if watching past videos, like, oh, does he actually have this much energy all day long? Well, pretty late, and yeah, a blessing, a curse. You tell me. No, seriously, tell me. Like, I haven't figured it out after all these years. But nonetheless, anyway, guys, let's get into this box here. But before we do that, I've got to set the scene. Okay, so let's set the scene here. It's 1998. Just try to imagine you're somewhere between maybe 5, 10 years old. I'm going to have to do that a little bit too. But let's take us there. You're 10 years old. Okay, like 10 years old, but not with a goofy pink hat. Okay, 10 years old, but not one of the first vloggers kind of like ever. Okay, 10, but not owned by Disney. Okay, well that one makes sense at least. Sorry, ADHD. Anyway, you're 5 to 10 years old and Rugrats is at its peak in popularity. And the marketing is going just as strong as the show itself, which I'm gonna go ahead and add that Rugrats at one point was actually competing with the NFL for viewership, which isn't that much of a feat now with a variety of different ways that you can watch football. But this was back in the 90s, early 2000s, when all we had was TV, so everybody was tuned in on what they considered the most important. And Rugrats was up there. So you're going to the store and there's products everywhere, from fruit snacks, bubble gum, and even mac and cheese. But if the merchandise wasn't enough, they released 3 theatrical films. So of course, with all the success, Burger King, McDonald's, all the different fast food companies alike jumped on with their own product tie-ins. So you ask your family to take you to Burger King or one of these many restaurants to get your double, triple, bossy, deluxe kids meal, which you know is gonna take you a whole year to digest, but you don't give a damn because it's all for the toy, for these toys. Then you eat your food, you use your sticky, gross, greasy hands, you play with it for about 15 minutes, and then you go on with the rest of your stupid 5 to 10-year-old life. Unless you're me, you might get a couple more minutes out of it. Put your hands in the air like you do not care. And for most people, that is the end of that journey. But for some people, like myself here, we take it a step further. We like to keep those things and collect them, and these are kid collectors. And I was actually one of those kids that would keep those toys for as long as I could. And some people might take it a little bit further and keep the activity books. But then it comes down to a very, 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 if not non-existent group of people. They kept the cups, the bags, the fry bag with little drops of grease still in them. Kids with foresight like that come once, maybe twice in a lifetime. But I found a package for us to add into the collection today from a person who is just like that. All these nostalgia artifacts, everything that I'm talking about is right here in this box. Well, actually there's 2 boxes, but one box looks a lot better for intensity. And also the second one came in a tied box, so it looks weird. And we are gonna be going through that right now. And not just that, documenting it and preserving it with protection, like we do with all the other awesome nostalgia pieces that we find here on the channel. Anyway, let's get into it. This is seriously so exciting. I never imagined we'd be able to find the stuff that's in this box. I originally got the box buying a couple items from one person. They messaged me saying like, hey, yeah, when I was a kid, I was really into the Rugrats. We saved a lot of extra stuff and we still have it. Would you be interested in buying the rest of it? And of course, I was like, yeah. So we worked out a deal and they sent the pictures over of what they were sending. I seriously was in disbelief. I wanted to tell them how impressed I was, but I don't want to freak them out because I also wanted a lot of what a lot of people would consider that garbage. But we worked out the deal and I got all this stuff in the box here. Let's go ahead and check it out. I don't know how rare some of these items are, but I definitely know as a person who collects this stuff, some of this stuff I've never seen before ever come up. So let's get into it. So first off, starting off in this box, let's just get a little starting off with a bang, we have two VHSs here. We have the Rugrats the movie, and then also Rugrats in Paris, because you know, whoever kept all this stuff I'm about to show you, you know they had it on VHS, you know they had it on DVD, they probably had it on Video Now, the Vugo. Hell man, they probably even downloaded that thing onto their Zune. So this just makes total sense, but we're gonna go ahead and add these to the collection, even though we already have both these in the collection, but it's nice to see them accompany everything else we're about to see. So pulling out the next item here, we got, bam, the Burger King French fry baglets. I don't know what you call it, a group of bags. And not just that, the actual fry sleeve right here. This thing is gorgeous. You guys can see the Burger King logo back there. It is gorgeous. And I gotta say, these are way sturdier. I mean, I get French fries a little bit more often than I want to admit, especially at McDonald's. I like to dip them in their ice cream. But the ones we have now are way more flimsy than this. This thing is solid. It is sturdy for sure. It almost feels like one of those Hot Pocket protectors, thick. And not just that, I don't really feel like they go to that length to actually put detail on the bag as well. And the reason why companies would do this is because this packaging was so disposable that it would pretty much end up anywhere. You go to pick up some lunch at Burger King, you bring it back to the office, everybody sees your drink, your fries, everything. It's like a billboard in your office. You take it home, you see it on the counter, you read it, you look at the details. Before the cell phone was stitched into our palm, we would just kind of read things, you know? It was just kind of like, oh, what does the back of this say? Oh. And then next we have the Rugrats Go to Paris, the movie. And I don't know if there was other different fry box variations right here, but this is unbelievable. But these ones are more understandable to be kept. These guys though, I don't even know how or why they kept them, but I'm glad they did. I love that original Nickelodeon logo right there. And just to think about the fact of like getting some French fries with the Rugrats logo on there, it's seriously just such an amazing era to have been a part of. And it's really cool to be able to hold this in the hand and kind of like imagine that just for a second, that you're sitting in the backseat eating some fries and seeing this packaging. Totally validates the love for the show when you're a kid, and so much fun. So next up, they kept not just a bag from their kid meals, but they kept multiple of them, like kept the entire collection of the different bags. And man, the artwork on them is incredible. You guys are seeing a close-up shot of them right now, but you have the original Rugrats one, you have the Rugrats Go Wild one, but my favorite one by far is just the Rugrats bag. This one's actually for the Rugrats television show because the movie was in 98 and this is dated 96. And I gotta say, this is the way better bag. We even have a name on the actual bag you see right there. I only imagine that's who kept all of this stuff, but the bag artwork is just so nostalgic to see and seriously beautiful. And then there we have the Nickelodeon Fly logo, which is kind of an interesting one to put for a Burger King product. You would definitely think they would try to avoid something insect related when it comes to your food, but nonetheless, that's what they put. And there's even one for Rugrats Go Wild. And you can see on there it has the marker for the scratch and sniff odorama card for the Rugrats Go Wild movie. The movie will tell you when to get a whiff of the action, which they really did with pop-up cards during the film to tell you when to scratch and smell to go with whatever was on screen at that time. But a lot of people complained about them not really working or them kind of all smelling the same. But I do like the fact that there's a get a whiff of what's cooking at Burger King and you can smell, I guess, a burger? I hope it's not the king, because he doesn't look like he smells too great.
Burger King wants me to seal the deal. 99-cent, get a toy and a kid's meal.
Whether it worked or not, we have to give Nickelodeon some credit for having a unique way to make the film a lot more fun and a lot more interactive for kids at that time. Whether the smells worked or not, I feel like I remember just imagining the smell and it kind of just working, using our childhood imagination that we should hopefully never lose. And they don't really do anything like that in movies now. And the idea of smell-o-vision has been around for so long and people have wanted to see something like that, and that's like kind of really the only way to integrate something like that, unless you're talking about like a 4D ride experience. Alright, so we're gonna put all those bags of protection and let's move along. As I said, some people kept some of these guys right here, and that is the interactive menus, which of course would advertise some of the kids meal options that were available with a bunch of different activities along the way. The front of the Rugrats Go Wild one is kind of interesting. You're trying to help Tommy find his friends and his family, which is interesting for a couple reasons. One being that, why are they all hiding from Tommy? I mean, I'd hide from Tommy too though. Bro, you got worms coming out your head and bowling holes on the side of it. And the only reason they really had to put family in there is because Angelica and Spike, because the rest of them are not his family. But either way, feel free to help Tommy by pausing the screen. And on the second page, we've got Chucky and Donnie. We're in the classic scene where they end up swapping clothes. A word decoder. Looks like it says jungle on their shorts. You guys can have fun decoding those. Debbie looks like, yeah, you're never decoding me. Nobody can figure me out. I'm a frustrated teenager. But can you blame her? I mean, she's forced a little bride on a whatever this is. With a kid that speaks gibberish, a girl that talks to a monkey, and a mom and dad that are filming vlogs all day. Give Debbie a break. Debbie's just misunderstood. And then page 3, you've got a board game here. Oh, and I remember the wild cherry frozen float. Nice to see, but that's the last one. And then we have the toys, which we have not actually opened up the Rugrats Go Wild toys here on the channel before. So if you guys want to see me open up the Rugrats Go Wild toys, we will definitely be doing them in the future. We've opened up Rugrats, we've opened up the Wild Thorn, but we've never done the one combining the two. So we should definitely do that. And for the other adventures one, you have some bookmarkers in there along with a door hanger, because for whatever reason, back in the 90s and 2000s, they felt like everything had to have a door greeter, whether it was the Disney Adventure magazines, the Nickelodeon magazines, or these kid adventure comics. For some reason, you got these door hangers on everything because they just thought kids needed privacy back in the 2000s. I guess because we had so many things to hide back in the day. I mean, we had AOL Messenger and we had stuff like El Dorado. You had Hugh and Jimmy's mom flirting right in front of our faces.
Yeah, you like what you see, baby? I got more of that under the hood.
Yes. Let's go, SpongeBob. This is so sick. It's a little bit bent, but we have the original Rugrat Burger King crown. We have Angelica, Tommy, the Rugrats logo, Chucky, and even Reptar right there. It's a little bent up, but I think we can make this work. Let's fix it. Ryan, give me Royal Majestic music. Royal and Majestic art. There we go. Well, doesn't exactly fit. My head has grown a bit since 1998. But that is what it would look like. We could definitely put this on one of our Reptars back there. Unfortunately, it did get crushed a little bit. And like I said, mainly the items that I got this for were some of these really, really rare items. I'm sure we can find a better one of these conditioned crowns somewhere down the line. But an awesome piece nonetheless. And then next up, even more beautiful than that, we have the cups. We have the original Rugrats in Paris cup with the Burger King logo on there, which is interesting because back then we had the Burger King Kids Club logo, but now we have just the regular newer Burger King logo there. And then we have all the Rugrats, well, I guess I should say the newer era Rugrats with Kimmy on the roller coaster right here. But man, look at this full panoramic shot they have for the entire cup. And then, there it is. The awesome Nickelodeon airplane logo right there. And it looks like this cup is used. You know, most people would say that's disgusting. And they'd be right. They would be 100% right. But someone's got to do it. So we have to add it to the collection. But not just that. We have the Rugrats original cup that I think went along with this Burger King crown here. With the Reptar on it, the Rugrats logo, the Burger King Kids Club, and the Tommy. Just so nostalgic. And you could tell it is from that first line of merchandise that came out for the Rugrats. Seriously incredible that we have all these pieces. It's hard to see, but it's 1996. Seriously incredible pieces. Actual relics in Nickelodeon history to be able to add to the collection. For the longest time in SpongeBob, the only thing that we had was the Burger King SpongeBob movie cup. And I had only this for about 5 years. Until recently when I got a lot of other pieces we're going to be adding to that collection. So make sure you're subscribed, and hopefully at 50,000 subscribers we're going to be doing a video around that. But we have to keep pushing our way towards it. This next item is where it starts to get wild as far as who in the world would think to keep that. And that is the Mott Rugrats in Paris apple juice container. This is one of the old guys where you tear off the quarter and you just squirt it straight into your mouth. I used to go crazy like this. I used to pretend I was Kobe or Shaq in the NBA finals. Just squirt the whole thing in my mouth as fast as I could. At first, I was really turned off by apple juice because, well, actually, no, there was never a point where I was turned on by it. I was turned off by apple juice just because it kind of looked like pee. So I never really liked apple juice at first because of that. And then not just that, my dad told me that if I didn't concentrate while I drank apple juice, that it could be poisonous. And that's why it said juice from concentrate. Now that I'm older, I think he just said that so I'd be quiet at the breakfast table and in the car.
Life is so hard, Top.
baby.
But the good thing is no purchase was necessary to enter the sweepstakes on it, besides the apple juice itself, I guess. You could have won one of the Rugrats toys that you see down there. We have some of those right back here in the background, so this is an awesome piece to add to the collection. And you'll see on the back there's also a little Chucky token. It says Rugrats in Paris passport. Have a grown-up help you cut this out. Do you mean like a real grown-up, or do you mean like a grown-up like an all grown-ups? Like these guys were like 10. I understand it though. They don't want people to sue them, you know, if somebody gets hurt cutting out this Chucky token.
Oh my god, my kid was cutting the Mott's token out of the back of the box and now he doesn't have a father. I blame it on the juice, not my mental state.
Okay, so next out of here is a little bit more normal for people to keep, and that is the watches. So we have a bunch of them here. We have the Reptar one, which he is so cute. And then if we turn the design, he gets a lot more vicious. You guys can see the different designs right there. I love this Reptar watch so much. I do have one of these in the collection, but we don't have one for display. So that's going right up there with all the Reptars. We have a 2000s Tommy watch, which I don't think is Burger King related, but he is also super cute. And like I say, this is like that first version right after analog with the calculator level graphics on the display. You'll love to see it. Then next we have Okie Dokie Jones, Tommy Pickles right here. I love how they put Dill on Tommy's watch like he didn't just try to murder my man. So we have a brand spanking new one right here with the original packaging as well. This is for the first Rugrats film, of course. And I think they used the same box for all of them. Even though there were other watches just like this one right here. The Chucky one with the monkeys all over it. There were several ones that were released in this line, which I've opened up on the channel in the past. Ryan will put them up all on screen. Originally they used to smell like banana. I don't know if this one still holds the scent, but you guys are gonna think that I'm joking, but it actually kind of has a banana hint to it. Like, it's not strong. I'm trying to see my fingers smell like banana. I'm gonna say that smells a little bit like banana from 1998. That's incredible. All right, so we got those, but these ones right here are from the Rugrats in Paris movie, which I'm not as familiar with. So this one right here is Phil and Lil. So let's go ahead and see what Phillian and Lillian got inside of the box here. Ooh. These ones are actually, well, this one is actually still working. So we have the green Phil and Lil watch right there. That is so nice. I love that green right there. You can tell that we transitioned into the 2000s here because it's got the translucent look to it. But if you see closely, the time clock, our little calculator digital clock, is still on. So this one still works to this day. These batteries are going on 23 years old. If this watch is older than you, hit the like button and let me know in the comments down below. For some people, this watch's battery will have literally been on longer than some of you guys have been in live. Unbelievable. So I'm imagining that sound doesn't mean anything good. I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, so that's Phil and Lil. One out of our 3 watches here is on. Let's see how many we got out of the 3 here. Susie and Angelica, this one is on, and I gotta say, this one, right now we are in the Y2K resurgence with stuff like Bratz and Angelica, Powerpuff Girls is blowing up. Everybody wants that kind of stuff, and I think this is just totally the vibe. You have the girl power right here. Kind of gives me the express yourself video game kind of vibes. Angelica and Susie, and you can see the time is still working. I gotta say, this is my favorite one right now. I did love the Phil and Lil green one, but that one right there is just so cool, and I love the combination of the colors on it. Okay, so upon closer inspection, it looks like if you click on the buttons in the side here, it actually still has some voice capability in it, even though Angelica sounds a little bit more demonic than ever before. Oh my god, that is going to haunt me for a while. I can see from me just doing a couple of the audio effects, you can see the battery is faded so much that only a couple of the digits are even showing at this point. So we're not gonna press it anymore, but that is how low those batteries were. But we're definitely gonna check out all of these now that I know they do that, and that makes them so much cooler. Tommy and Dill's watch, the clock is out, you know, just like with Dill and All Grown Up.
Hello.
I can relate to Dill a lot, especially in All Grown Up. So the watch ain't working, but it still looks great and it's still trying its best. Yeah, so I gotta say, this is my favorite one. I love Tommy and Dill, and I feel like it's really cool how they use Dill as an awesome little segue for a lot of people that had brothers and sisters coming into their lives, and to kind of understand what that can be like for a perspective as a kid, and maybe even for parents to be able to see like what that might feel like to better inform themselves on how to take care of their kids, or to prepare yourself for some of the aspects of having a brother or sister. See, my sister, she's 10 years older than me, so I always kind of got, you know, the baby treatment, and it was kind of good times, you know, being a kind of only child, but at the same time, my sister would get me cool stuff because she had a car. You know, good times. And for those of you guys who don't know, yes, my sister is 10 years older than me, so therefore that had its own advantages, being that she could do things that most kids can't do when you're 10. So on the Tommy one, I pressed the button, and I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's making a slight buzzing sound. When I pressed the top left button, it literally made an explosion sound effect, like the Eiffel Tower back there was falling. It was kind of weird and scary and a little bit corrupted, like the Angelica. It's non-stop, still making that same buzzing in a way, so I think we broke it. So we're gonna go ahead and stop with that there. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. We still have another one in here. Along with one more of the Chucky watches, we have a Chucky and Kimmy watch. I don't know if that's all four that they released, but whoa, guys. I am loving the colors of these watches. Seriously, beautiful. All the interior colors. I do wish that they had a more protective case other than this cardboard, because you got that for the Rugrats movie #1, and you also got this for the Rugrats in Paris. I mean, not everybody can be made of absorbent gold and have, you know, a nice tin container here doing the thing for their watches. So I understand why they went with the cardboard one, but I would have liked to see like a nice classy tin like this, like we saw for SpongeBob or for Star Wars or any of these other ones on screen. Okay, so this one's an example where the display is actually out, but the speaker has enough energy, I guess, to still be able to work. So let's check it out. I agree, Chucky. That was really, really scary. And Chucky and Kimmy is working, so 3 out of the 4 ain't bad, 75%. Give me a C average, which is how I got through school, so we're right on brand. Let's go ahead and move on to the next items in here. We have 2 things that I seriously never thought that I'd have. As you guys know, in the collection, we have the SpongeBob macaroni and cheese. 2 variations of them. One of them that turns your milk, or cheese, well, cheese is milk, thick milk, blue. But I never thought I'd be able to find the boxes for the Rugrats ones, and not just one. We have 2 of the original boxes for the Rugrats mac and cheese.
It's a Rugrats Adventure-ody!
Which for the SpongeBob one, I love having them with the actual mac and cheese inside, but I haven't even found the boxes for this before, so I'm just happy to have them. You have Angelica up there with Cynthia. You have all these little accents. Down here you have the Krabs Kids piece, and it looks like all the different pieces that were in the actual mac and cheese were Tommy, Angelica, Chucky, Baby Dill, Cynthia Doll, Spike, Phil, and Lil, and Reptar. That's actually kind of a roster. That's almost more characters than the first Nick Kart Racing had. So it looks like this is box number 2, and this is box number 3. So there's 3 different box variations to collect. Ryan will pop them up on screen, but at least we have 2 that we can preserve into the collection. We need to find that box number 1, and I don't think there's any more of those in here. So the hunt for box number 1 will continue, but today is just an amazing day to be checking off all of this stuff. Shout out to the SpongeBob macaroni and cheese, just because God said. Then after that, we've got a bunch of different Rugrats advertisements. It's like this is from the Nickelodeon Kids Club, but it's just mostly to show you guys they literally kept everything, like random inserts from Nick magazines that included the Rugrats. But most importantly, this stuff. This is when it starts to get weird. So this is the box for the original Rugrats fruit snacks.
Awesome flavors come together for a double flavor punch in every piece.
Right here in front of you guys, we have them. I never had these as a kid. I have no clue what these would have tasted like, but man, am I also glad that they made Reptar red and Spike green. What the hell is up with that? That doesn't make any sense at all. Whoa. nostalgia moment. I actually remember these. I did have these because I remember now the Phil and Lil ones were split flavors. So they were 2 flavors in one. And oh, they were so good. They weren't the dry gummies where they have like the waxy overcoat. They were the sticky gummies, almost like the Nintendo 3D gummies. They came in the GBA container. So delicious. Chucky's flavor description says, a flavor could he be? Always orange like his hair. Angelica, she's the one who's speckled sour lemon. So Angelica's not just lemon, she's sour lemon. Phil and Lil, they're always 2 different colors so you can tell them apart. So the bottom of Lil is green and the top is blue, and then it switches for Phil. Tommy, everybody loves him. He's either strawberry, cherry, or grape, so his flavor switches because apparently everybody loves cherry, which is not true. That is by far the worst flavor when it comes to Starburst, in my opinion. Hashtag pink gang. Look for Reptar in any fruit flavor. He's delicious. And Spike, he doesn't have as much of a description, I guess, because he's a dog, you know. Speciesism. It's like racism, but for species. This box came with 40 pouches though. 80 calories each, 40 grams of sugar is kind of crazy. You guys know me, sometimes I like to talk about some of the health facts about it. But amazing piece of history here that we could actually say we have in the collection now. We do not have a lot of Rugrats food products. So if we close everything up, we can kind of have the box literally just like it came back in the day on the store shelf. That is truly incredible. This is seriously unbelievable. We are holding a box of fruit snacks from 1998. Comparing that, I love collecting stuff like this. As you guys know, I have the collection of the SpongeBob fruit snacks along with the Scooby-Doo original ones. So this is a great one to add to the collection as well. So not just that, we also have 2 boxes of the fruit roll-ups with a free stamper. And it says collect all 8 stampers. So I guess it will come with some stampers, some little like push-ons you can press into your fruit roll-up to get the shape of your character and peel it out and just like slap that on your tongue.
The Rugrats are bursting out of Nabisco's Nickelodeon Rugrats rolls.
Are you with me, guys?
And really cool. I mean, it's just a little piece of plastic, but it adds so much more fun to it. Again, something they don't do these days. And this is strawberry flavored as well. Got 70 calories and only 9 grams of sugar. Actually, a little bit better of a choice than the actual fruit snacks. But boom, another box. If we close that up, it is just like it was on the shelves back in 1998. Another amazing piece to add to the collection. I'm really glad that we can keep one of these to display as the box and one we can go ahead and put in our documents. But they didn't stop there. They also kept, this is gross, but somebody's got to do it, man. They kept the plastic wrap that went on the fruit roll-up, like at least a little segment of it. So on the wrapper, it has like little descriptions of the characters, and this is just so smart because it helps you learn a little bit about the show and gets you more invested. So this is a character description of Phil and Lil. It's just over a year old. These twins are the next door neighbors of Tommy Pickles. They think alike, act alike, and even finish each other's sentences, and that continues to go on. A seriously interesting piece, and I mean, at least we have this little segment, but I'd love to be able to collect the other characters. Little tag description as well. I don't know if they like fruit residue that's stuck on there, but like part of it almost looks like it's like somebody took like a cigarette to it or something, like it's almost burnt. I don't know what happened to it, but either way, we got at least this. The next up, we have a bubblegum container. Oh my god, I think I have the wrappers. Okay, this is insane. I don't know if there's other characters, but I'm sure there probably was. But this is the Susie gum container. You would have got this probably on something like an ice cream truck. They would have had it like down in the bottom cabinet where you could have seen the characters, and you could have picked up one of these along with the Chucky popsicle. But this right here is a bubblegum container for Susie. It's fruit bubblegum mini sticks from 1998, but it has a twist-off container. And I'm not gonna go through all of them, but they kept all of the actual wraps for the gum itself, which you guys can see has like the characters on the wrapping paper. So they kept all the little wrappers. Again, this was not an adult. This was not somebody like me back then that would have had this kind of intention. This was somebody around my age. Really insane. I also found they kept the wrapping paper to the fruit roll-up as well. Another key piece, 1997. So glad we're able to document this. This is rare. For sure. Maybe some people kept this guy, but if not, for sure they didn't keep onto this guy. So there's just these different layers to it, so I'm so glad we're able to keep all these different pieces of it, so at least we have that part preserved. And if we can ever find a full box of them one day, that would be awesome, but at least we have these awesome display pieces. And some of this stuff is seriously like, I don't know when we'll find it again. These I remember having, and it's blowing my mind because I'm trying to figure out like if there was other containers, and that's how they did things back in the 2000s. Everything was so collectible and in multiple layers. So here's one of the containers right here for the Rugrats applesauce, I believe.
What's happening to all the applesauce?
New Rugrats applesauce.
You can see you have a little comic book here on the side. So it's got Tommy, you know, pushing the ball, and then Dill's burping the ball back at Tommy. So it's kind of cool. But I think there was different comics for each container, but both of these ones happen to be the same one. And I think that's all. Oh my God. What in the world? People do not keep applesauce sealed. They don't, for good reason. But to keep the containers one thing, but to keep the aluminum lid is actually unheard of. I can't believe that we have the lid to this, and I'm instantly being flooded back with the nostalgia because I remember the watermelon flavored applesauce. Not watermelon sauce, not to be confused with watermelon sauce. But anyway, they kept the lid. This is insane, and I'm so curious if the Phil and Lil, this is the lid I remember, but if there was other lids or if it was just this one for the lid. But why not? Because the box, this is on the inside, the box could have had Tommy and Chucky, so Phil and Lil being on the containers would have been awesome. So right here we have the full setup for the Mott's applesauce for Rugrats. We're almost done with this box, guys. We have the M&M Minis container, and this is amazing because I used to love these M&M Minis. As a kid, it seemed like it was like, oh, this is so cool, so convenient, this little pouch of mini M&Ms just throw in your mouth. But now as an adult, I'm like, this isn't enough M&Ms to satisfy a moment, let alone considering it a snack. This is such little chocolate for my adult-sized hands. It is nothing. They kept the entire display rep pack. Everything that you would need to know about this is on the display. You have Angelica right here, Tommy, you have the whole crew here on the back, you have Susie down here on this side, but the whole thing is for a sweepstakes for a Rugrats live adventure, which I'm not even sure, maybe a Rugrats live show that they had.
Everybody say, hey, hey, get up in my wagon now.
But you could instantly win a private party at the live event, which is so cool. But most importantly for us is this display. This is a display of how it would have been in the store. You would have grabbed out our little M&M's container right here in 1997. And there was, of course, like I said, multiple different ones to collect. We have right here the Tommy container, but it looks like there was 6 different containers to collect. So you guys already know, subscribe. We're going to be on the hunt to find all these little missing pieces. But this is all just so incredible and so mind-blowing to be going through, and especially be experiencing with you guys. Again, thank you so much. Make sure you guys smash the like button. But unbelievably, we have an entire table here of collection classics. I'm so grateful we were able to have all this stuff put together, and for the person to have this foresight, seriously, it's so important that we collect the things that we love and stuff, because that kind of passion is what, you know, is making this stuff survive now. And it's like these items would have been gone, but now I can preserve them for even longer. And then we got to make this video, which was fun for me. I had a lot of fun, and you guys got to have fun too with me. So we've gotten so much usage out of all of these items. It's just so much fun, and only continue to bring smiles to more people's faces in the future. So let's go ahead and check out our Tide box. Okay, so let's get into the Tide box. I don't know if the Tide box is gonna be as interesting. That's why it was very centered on that one box in the intro, and we talked about it, and we highlighted it, and this is the Tide box. And the Tide box is still impressive for sure, because oh, yes. I didn't truly intend on quarter of it rolling off the table, but here we are. Let's go ahead and see these guys. I mean, these are all the different toys from the different Rugrats movies you guys see here. We got the Angelica down here. Ryan's gonna show you guys some of the 360s from many of the different characters here. But if you guys want to check out any of these, like for right here, this whole set is the Rugrats and Parrots Reptar Land. We did an entire video right here on screen. Ryan will play a clip from it, where we built the entire device. And because it's a connecting device, we made it all work. I just realized something. A long time ago, when we did the video I was just kind of segueing us to, of the Reptar Land, we noticed that they all came with the sticker of the Kimmy passport. On the back of the Mott's is the cutout for the Chucky passport sticker. So what if there's something to where we get all of these passports onto one thing for one passport booklet? I know that the passport is to win a trip to Paris, but I don't know where you find all the passports, nor the sticker checkoff list for the passports. But if we find that out, we're gonna collect that too. Oh, we're gonna collect it all. Or my name ain't Flint Milligan. Well, it's not my name, but we're gonna do it. But we gotta figure out how that's gonna work. But as I was trying to say, guys, before we got that little random surprise, all of these toys, you guys can check out the playlist. We've done a full video on all the different toys that came out. This is the stuff that most of us kept and collected, like I said, and this is where most of our journey of the collecting of, you know, these meal type of things ended. And like I said, we got to experience that step further today and seeing a sneak into that one in a lifetime kind of person that kept everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had an absolute blast going through this rabbit hole through time into a slowly being forgotten era, but definitely not on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new here. Smash the like button, all that great stuff. But you guys know the drill. Scan it! Alright, so we put everything in the protectors, and right here we have the Mott's applesauce, we have the Odorama card, we have the applesauce lids, we have the fruit roll-up with the free stamper along with the roll-up wrapper and the plastic. We have the other box, we have our Rugrats Go Wild menu, we got our Chucky bag, we've got the Rugrats original bag. All of these are protected double layered with a Mylar protector and also a hard cover to protect from scratching and denting. We have the mac and cheese containers, we have the Rugrats and Paris fries, we have the Rugrats original movie fry boxes, we have the Kids Meal original Rugrats movie fry bags, and we have the final Rugrats Burger King crown. That is everything right there. And as you guys can see, if we come on over here, all the documents of all things cartoon related are in here, and it's definitely getting filled up. We are on the search this year for a nice filing cabinet so we can put all this stuff in there. But there's also going to be some updates in the room, and we're going to be adding some other things like the fruit snacks and stuff like that into the background where we can. But for right now, I'm going to put all of our documents with the rest of all of our Nickelodeon cartoon related documents. And I did add a couple items though. I couldn't resist. I added a couple of the Angelicas. We have the I'm gonna get ya one way or another Angelica and the Angelica car, and I added the Susie bubblegum down here, and you'll see I added the entire set of the watches right down here as well in front of our Rugrats cereal, Rugrats clock, and our Tommy plushie. This is another shelf that's gonna definitely have some changes coming into the next year. Now that we have so many awesome items, we have some items that we can take out, some items and bigger items we can put in, and I can't wait for that stuff, so make sure you guys are subscribed. Welcome to one of Marcus's forgotten outros, episode number 6667. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure I smack that like button, subscribe if you guys are new here. I just got done filming an amazing fan mail video for you guys for this channel, going through everything. It's gonna be so much fun. You guys are gonna love it. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys check out this video on your screen right here, which is the last video on this channel. I know you guys are gonna love it, and not just that, we've got some amazing videos coming up very, very soon, so make sure you subscribe for that. But as always, Rep Pack, I'll see you guys over there, and as always, I will see you, beautiful people, in the next one. Adios. Bloop.